Ohio gozaimasu. Microphone was not set up correctly, apparently, somehow. Oh. JDs and Lendelman, welcome back to Shadows Over Loathing. Yippee! Let me just get myself comfortable here. And today, if you have not read the title of the stream, we're just gonna do a bunch of side quests in the swamp. The Moist, as I believe it's called. I'm just wandering around a bit. Most of these quests are in the swamp. Go find vampires, the mob locked up in the SIT steam tunnels. Oh yeah, that's something I need to do. I need to take care of the vampires. Find 11 radios, tune them to WTC. Sorry. An unusually smart rat in his tunnels would like you to bring him some cheese. Rasmussen wants you to dry out her wet plate so she can leave the big moist. You should try to find a still, track down the honey ape out in the swamp somewhere. Find the moss man at Moss Rock Grotto in the big moist and get some of his moss for a kid in the monster shack. Hunt down a smell of the wisp in the swamp somewhere and collect a sample of its scent for a kid in the shack. Build a trap. I did that. And I think for somewhere in the big moist. Return to the Chubinara's lair somewhere in the big moist. Check for the trap you laid for it. Find the fly man or man-fly at the old Flemingburg place in the big moist and get one of its chest hairs for a kid in the monster shack. Will Hunter asks you to paint 3 dirty fences to help him remove his arboreal curse. You've painted 0 so far. Burton, the baker on Plunkett Street in Ocean City, asks you to bring him 150 pounds of sugar if you happen to find that much somewhere. Well, let's start working. Let's see. We'll just start by going over to Moss Rock Grotto. You step through a corpse of swamp cypress and to the edge of a gloomy clearing. Quiet, but for the sound of dirt raining on an open grave. 2 burly men work hurriedly with shovels to bury the corpse of a gatorman, whose epaulates, hat, and mailbag mark him as some manner of mailsman. As the gator is swallowed whole by the mud, his gravediggers straighten up and look at you in the eye, sweaty but defiant. You stumbled upon the darkest and most secret part of the swamp, where sins are buried. And gators. Leathers Brothers. I'm curious, what's going on? Nothing to see here. No. I'm just a little curious. Hi there! Looks like you set up quite the trading post here in the swamp. The other man shakes his head. Paul can't speak. Huh. Can we trade? Paul can't speak, but he can certainly trade. Ooh, a pickaxe! I would like a pickaxe. As armor to a hat. Any hat can be made more duct tape covered by putting duct tape on it. Alright. Thanks, dude. Something to say about the dead gator? Sorry I didn't know he was a mailman. Would never intentionally hurt a mailman. I never accused you of killing a mailman. Ah, hell, me and my big mouth. He was in my way, you understand? Had no idea he was a mailman. Never would have touched a mailman if I had known. And my brother, he had nothing to do with it, understand? I swear it. What's wrong with killing the mailman? Listen to yourself. Can't tell you ain't a hunter, alright? Most any species is fair game for hunting, but mailmen are protected by international treaty. Last hunter I know who hunted a mailman got pulled out by the International Criminal Court and mailed to Mars. Oh. Oh no. He okay? Obviously he ain't okay. Don't joke with me. That's a nightmare scenario for a hunter. Getting mailed to Mars? Sent shivers down my spine, it does. Who are you? Me? Ain't much to my story. I'm a hunter by the name of John Leathers. And you can't tell from my accent, I'm from Albion. As a toddler, I hunted small game like mosquitoes and gnats, then moved on to foxes and voles and such as I grew up. I like the game over here, but I've got my eye on the greatest hunt of all, and that is big picture. I'd like to build a ladder to heaven so I can hunt the dinosaurs. That's more of a 5 to 10 year plan, though. I don't think that's how either ladders or heaven works, but I guess it's good to have dreams. Wouldn't it be more practical to build a time machine? Now that just sounds ridiculous. John wipes the brow with his blade. Bowar. Never been asked so many questions before. You can talk the talk, alright, but what about hunting the hunt? I got work that needs doing, but I ain't going out there while they searching the swamp for the sod who killed the mailman. They find me, I'm dead. You don't have to be a Leatherman to know which way the wind blows. What are you asking me exactly? Working on it is a project. For that I need 5 gator hides. Even though I place you may find them. Scoped them out myself. Couldn't be easier unless it was a smaller group of gator hides. I need to know I can trust you first. I take it I can't go in there. Wouldn't go in there if I were you. Why? Might not like what you see. Curiosity gets the better of me. That's just an egg. Well, it's kind of disappointing. I was expecting something more gruesome. Told you that I need a pretty sight. I was looking forward to eating that egg all day, and came by dinner time, I only went and bloody dropped it. Oh, I'm sorry for your loss. I bet. Hunter's beans, a veritable hill of them. What's the pack over here? It's empty. It's only made of genuine leather. It does not contain genuine leather. The ambiguity is clear now, and the person responsible for the original description has been sacked. Okay, let's go get some Gator Man. You're browsing through your way through the swamp, taking a sniff through your nose, trumpet now and then. This swamp smells terrible. I mean, a swamp is literally just standing water and rotting compost, the biome. So it's not like that's news or anything. But you wouldn't be surprised if this swamp was at least nominated for world's worst smelling swamp. Oh God in heaven, what is that? Something smells like a rotten egg mated with a tire fire, and the egg and the tire fire laid also went rotten. Button. Squinting through your tears, you see a patch of brown air hovering nearby. That must be the smell of the wisp that kid was looking for. I don't have enough stench armor. Leave it alone for now. Ooh, fish! 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 I didn't read that. What did I get? A flat-finned melt sculpture. Fish! 4-eye yuckfin. Yay. Gators seem all focused on their meal. After their meal, their after meal hygiene, and their after hygiene rest, respectively. Fight! Okay, there's a Rage Jerk here. Rage Jerk is gonna do a lot of damage. I should probably kill him. 21 damage and bleeding. 5 damage. Saxophone. Increase Moxie. "13 sleaze damage. Reduce muscle by 5. Knife in the dark. Okay. So, I'm gonna do some timpani playing. And then I'm going to shoot the Rage Jerk. Bear, no! Okay. We need to kill that Rage Jerk. Zaps! Okay, so I can kill the I can kill the Rage Jerk. I just need to figure out what I'm doing here. Poison the Gate Mush Muncher for 5. Physical damage, ignoring armor. Knife in the dark. I want to see this. Oh! We'll poison the Meyer Chef. And then we shoot the Rage Jerk, ending its life. Ah, it's eating mushroom. Set it on fire. Cool, thanks, robot. And this man is dead. Oh! You won! That'll teach you. That'll teach these gator men to go about their regular daily routines when you're around. Nasty pastry. You wouldn't feed this to a dog, though you would throw it at a dog if the dog was clearly a threat. Swamp mushroom. This swamp mushroom does not appear in any mycology text because mycologists famously refuse to get their shoes wet. I find that astounding. What? Is this a ghost? Well, this is hardly the strangest thing you've seen over the last few days. It's definitely pretty weird. It looks like a ghostly man, most obviously his head, but you can just briefly make out his body if you squint. You reach out to touch him, but your hand passes right through. He doesn't respond to any attempt to get his attention, but instead seems focused on something you can't see to the left of that disgusting fly-covered meat hook. After a few minutes, the novelty sort of wears off, so you go about your business. Weird. There's definitely some kind of puzzle here. Grandfather's teeth for grandfather's mouth. Just sell them, I guess? You find a bunch of meat stashed in one of the bags. Apparently the creatures have no need of money. You wonder how they can afford the rent on this place. Nothing should grow in here. Are you sure that this isn't like a tree that they just found outside and started using as like a coat rack? Whoops! It's not too late to turn tail and run. What's the worst that can happen? Bite! Scream Mouth. Intends to scream, increasing all of its allies' stats by 1 and decreasing your party's stats by the same amount. Hums. Wee Lord! Okay, let's start with the saxophone. To get rid of that shield. Nine. And if I just do shoot it, it'll be not enough to kill. Okay. I'm gonna timpani the Weed Lord. Let's summon a tentacle. Buddy! I'm sure this will go well. He screams! Go, tentacle friend! Eater Man Scream Mouth intends to bite Crap Mang for 21 physical damage. We can't have that. Discharge! Okay, he's bleeding. He's going to die. Alright, game over, my friend. Man destroys Gator Man. It's a tale as old as time. Weed Lord fetish! Steal HP from enemies once per... equal to your mysticality once per fight. Oh. Hello? Oh. Oh. Oh! I don't like this. I don't like this room. This beast prefers books to strange obelisks. Don't fall by a strange obelisk to notice you. Fascinating. What was the guy with the book? Oh. Huh. There's definitely nothing ominous about this. No, sir. You think Simone can see a ghostly version of you just like you can see one of her, but otherwise can't interact. Wait a minute! What about that guy? Still fascinating. Oh. That's a little disturbing. If we go back outside, is that house still there, or is it just gone? The beasts are too enthralled by the memory of the strange obelisk to notice you. Okay. What's the puzzle here? Wait, can I go in this door here? Sleeping gators. Oh, wait, could I put a portal in here? Oh, hey. Okay, no. Hey, okay. I got this. I got this! You're not alone in this place. Ha. Ha ha. Something. Wait, why do I sound like that? Wait, I don't sound like that. I can see everything. I can see everything? What do you mean? In the portal. Huh? In the portal, I can see everything that ever was and ever will be. Everything that is to be known in our world, in this one, and the All that world in between. How he's saying the word portal? He's saying that in the portal he can see everything that ever was. Everything. Yeah, I can read backwards. I don't think it's safe here. I need to know. I need to know everything. You sure you don't want to leave? Yes. According to the floating man, all worldly knowledge contained within the swirling, confusing starfield. A kind of super-terrestrial library. I need to leave real quick. I want mysticality. I have no ring? Poison all enemies. Jagged ring. Yeah. Yes. You expose yourself to the radiation. Wait, no, that came out wrong. Too late! You deliberately expose yourself to radiation, and mankind will almost certainly never discover that this was in any way a bad idea. I don't have anything I can buy, can I? How much XP do I have? Don't upgrade that yet. I do not want to upgrade. I chose not to be cold. It's gonna take an adult level willpower to finish the book. Let's read it. You study the book until you've memorized a bunch of techniques for getting people to relinquish additional meat. You drop the book in one of SIT's pneumatic book return chutes so that it can be of some use to the next prospective hobo. Book is so boring, so much less scary than it used to be because now it's almost as boring as a real book. This 11-chapter cookbook consists of 1 chapter of actual mutton recipes, preceded by 9 chapters devoted to techniques for securing the mutton in the first place. You're not that interested in mutton acquisition, but the tips have some general applicability. And there's 1 more chapter? The final chapter has a density of information that is going to take some time to parse. There are some mutton recipes for sure, but also detailed information on basically every other kind of meat that exists. Do you want to foray that into the texts? Yes. The chapter goes into dismaying detail about all kinds of meat, and you gain some useful facts to help you find more meat than ever before. Amongst all the facts and figures you learn, the author grew up in a cabin made of meat. That kind of influence boggles the mind. Would you like to read the footnotes in the poison book and learn more about deadly toxins? You ingest all the books minute about substances you should not ingest. This book is too dangerous. You decide to get rid of it. It's a long way to the nearest trash can, though, so you just leave it on the park bench next to a playground. Somebody else will surely throw it away. Yeah, okay, that's fine. The white flowering plant is not deadly when consumed. It's also murder on the nose. I call it Lily of the Smelly. Thanks. Okay. I've been enthralled. I'm curious, what happens if I move the portal? Down here. Okay, yeah, we've caused the structure to appear here. And then if we move this down here, can we make the portal spawn in here? Do I want to be in here is the question. Boulder blocks the entrance. It's pretty easy to make this song creepy by placing it in a disturbing context, but they really outdid themselves here. You tune the radio and hold the Rufus's gadget up to it. The thing clicks, and the needle goes up to 3. Then you restore the radio to the way you found it, making your mom proud. The building is way larger than it looks from the outside, and it's absolutely full of sleeping Gatorland men. I think it's just infinite Gator men here if you want. I need how much muscle? 8 muscle. Perfect. I can just walk in and out. Now I want to do a mysticality, so I can look into the portal. Alright, now let's move the house over here. Alright, time to gaze into infinity! Trees here, but none of the other junk the Gator Men had gathered. Weird. Your eyes bend to the writhing contours of the deep, black, and star-smeared tunnel, preparing unnervously to see some of all human extraterrestrial knowledge. In the tunnel's bright, suddenly you see a field, a cow and a cow suckling a puffin. The farmer is watching. Anything else in there? Doesn't seem like it. That's fine, but I was hoping to find all world knowledge. The floating man does not even react to your presence. The portal affords him a window to a curious world that commands his complete attention. I don't think that portal contains a sum of total of all worldly knowledge. I think that's just letting you look at a farm where a cow is nursing a puffin, and there is a farmer standing by watching. That's all that's happening. You're really enjoying that, huh? Can't leave. Can't leave? Why not? Midnight Man. Midnight Man? Midnight Man? Midnight Man. Cool, this means nothing to me. So what if we set... Ah. Hi! What's your deal, man? Hee! Come back here, little guy. Mind telling me what your deal is? Or are you just gonna run around like nobody's business? And the guy's gonna be gone now. Because it's not midnight any- Oh no, he's still here. Okay. What if I try to chase him into... Is he in the portal? Nope, he's still here. Nope, he's gone. Okay, how do I trap the Midnight Man? Where is that little imp? Where'd he go? Where is he? Where'd he go? He's not in the building, is he? No. Well then. People go back in here? Wait a second. Does the portal change if I look at it in a different time? Now this man's back. Hi. Yeah, go in the portal. The little creature is giving you a slip. No sign of it in this world. Okay. Hi. Slinky little devil prances about like a jester, given free rein at court. This must be the Midnight Man. Whatever mischief is transpiring in this realm, you sense he is the lord of it. Let that man in the portal leave this place. Is that a no? Surely there's something you'll take in exchange for freeing that man. Yeah. And don't call me Shirley. Oh, this is funny to you. My sense of humor is deviously twisted. I don't know what you want. I'm stuck. Nobody gets out. Don't go anywhere. Okay, what if we try somewhere else? Hi, nobody gets out. What do you want, Middle Midnight Man? What am I supposed to do to get you to stop? You're silly. Hey! Hey! She's gone. That obelisk business is strange, huh? Yeah, it's really bizarre. I can see your outline with some kind of ghost. That's how you look to me, too. Everything did. Have I mentioned how I don't like stuff that doesn't obey the laws of normal physics? Ah! So tell me about the Charles guy who got kidnapped. I don't know him very well, but he's the antique store's handyman. They use a lot of weird machines there, and he keeps everything running. Oh, wow, he's your wizard? Geez, good thing you're able to save him. I don't think he uses magic. He's just good at fixing stuff. No, I mean, well, anyway, hopefully I'll get a chance to chat with him later. Maybe I can pick his brain on some stuff. Okay, she doesn't have anything to actually offer here. Is he still here? Okay, Midnight Man's still here. Hey, hey, what you doing in there? Don't go anywhere. What am I supposed to do? Chains are moved by my motion, but that's about it. Why? What if we... Can we do this? Can we try to cut him off like this? Oops, the portal hadn't actually been placed anywhere. Okay. Oops, I didn't want to go in there. Can I look at the tree again? No, it looks like not. The boulder looks heavier than when you last pushed it. Does it really? I don't have any muscle food on me. Okay, Rhino Bomb. Oh! Okay, so this is just me making things harder for myself. Alright. Ah! I'm cutting you off. You! Brat. Okay. Well, this is, annoying. Let's head off. Before I do that, up my stench resistance. Elemental armor, stench. Alright, hopefully this is enough to keep me sheltered. as we go way over to Moss Rock. Despite anything the map might say about it, you've managed to wander back to the spot where you set the trap for the Chupinadra. Peeking through the bushes, you discover that the trap has indeed trapped something. It looks some sort of giant toad with a tentacle face, covered in boils that might also be eyes? You have no idea what a Chupinaranja looks like, but it seems as likely as anything you were imagining. You presume Chupinaranja seems pretty annoyed to be caught in your trap. You carefully sneak up with the Chupinaranja. Since it's both distracted by the trap and also unable to turn around, you manage to take it completely unawares. It struggles futilely as you grab it in a headlock and slice off one of its nostrils. The creature roars in pain and anger, but by the time it manages to thrash its way out of the trap, you are already completely the heck out of there. Yay! Wonderful! Wonderful! Moss Rock Grotto. Well, if it isn't the Moss Man the kid was talking about, you've got a real unusual coincidence here. He doesn't exactly look fearsome, but if you're looking for something to fight, this might be best to take advantage of the surprise. I don't want to fight him. Are you the Moss Man? Oh, yep, that's me. Clyde Moss Man. Pleasure to meet you. Hi, I'm Crapman Getty. Welcome to my humble abode. I didn't get many visitors, except for some weird kid I see sometimes peeking around the trees. Are you an actual Moss Man? I didn't quite get your meaning. That's my last name, like I said. Yeah, but are you a human person or some sort of moss swamp creature? I get that this is a strange and possibly rude question. Well, I weren't always this way, but I've been living in this swamp a long time. I just kinda dug in and got comfortable. The moss just sort of grows out of me like all natural-like now, instead of hair. I guess it happened so gradual and I got so accustomed to it, didn't occur to me to question it. Sorry. Didn't mean to give you some sort of philosophical crisis. No apology necessary, friend, but it is something I'm gonna be chewing on for a while. Can I have some of your moss? Excuse me? You dropped an existential bombshell on me and now you're asking me for part of my body? I'm really not in top social form today, I guess. I do need some of that moss, though. Well, I'll tell you what. Help me solve this puzzle whether I'm a man or monster and I'll give you some moths. Well, let me have a look. I'm a cryptobotanist. Let me have a look. Oh, this is Sphagnum decidosi. What's that when it's at home? It's a sort of moss version of the fungal parasite. It grows on animals that don't move around very much, like sloths, and steals their energy and nutrients that would otherwise be used to make hair. Basically, harmless. Well, that's a relief. If you ever feel a strong urge to get yourself eaten by wolves, though, I'd recommend trying to ignore that. Gotcha. So, it just means I'm a regular human? Yeah. With an asterisk next to regular, maybe, but yeah. Well, that sure is a relief. Let me give you some of this moss, like I promised. He peels off part of his mustache and hands it to you. Thanks. Are you a hobo? Well, the thing about hobos is they're always on the move. I feel like I'm practically the opposite of hobo. I happen to know a group of hobos that have settled down and built themselves a pretty nice camp. I bet you'd be welcome there if you're interested. Well now, I do value my solitude, but it certainly couldn't do any harm to visit and see. In fact, I believe I'm due for a vacation. You mark the location of the hobo camp on Clyde's map, and he heads off into the swamp with a wave. Bye, Clyde. Ooh, this rock is covered with eastern twiggly manamots. Manamots! The rocks in that direction are not mossy enough to investigate. Aww. Yeah, quite the setup going on here. Alright, let's get back to the shack. We've got a couple of things we needed. You and Simone stopped to investigate an abandoned campsite. Nothing much left. Whoever's camp this was, they came and went ages ago. Must have left quick. This lean-to is made of primal grade canvas. Hang on a sec. What you doing? Shame to let it go to waste. And being both an engineer and a girl who grew up on a farm, I've got pretty decent repertoire of clothing hacks in my arsenal. After a while or two, Simone has repurposed the canvas tarp into a stylish and durable military-style flight jacket. You watch, someone will write a novel about this jacket someday. They'll probably get the color wrong, though. That's probably a reference to something. Alright, kids, I've got some, I meant the Moss Man you were talking about. See, I told you he's real. Yeah, he's a pretty decent guy, actually. He gave me this mustache. Here. Oh my gosh, that's amazing! Thank you. You're welcome. Kid happily applies the mustache to his upper lip. How do I look? Mossy. This is the best day of my life! The kid takes your stash, pins another badge to it, and hands it back to you. Yay! Thanks, kid. Alright, who is looking for the Chippanadra? Any chance you can get WCGCR on the radio? Oh, yeah. I can't seem to get to any station right now. Sorry. Okay, I was just curious. I caught the Chupinaranja you were after. It looked pretty fierce, but the trap did its job. Wow, that's great. Now I have real proof why there aren't any oranges in the swamp. Sure. Anyway, here's its nostril. Neat, I'll wear it as a ring. Okay, and don't go near that part of the swamp for a while. It was real mad. Kid takes her sash, applies a pin to it. Yay! Thanks, kid. Boris hisses at you. He must know you're an outsider. Aw. Okay. We haven't found the honey ape yet. We need to find those fences. Also, we need to go to... Distant frog sounds become less distant frog sounds as you find yourself very close to a lot of frogs. Oh, I think I remember this side quest. That was quite a walk. Frog bog. Hey, Ribbit, buddy, help! Hey, Ribbit, help, buddy, Frogs are talking? Speak to the frogs. You clear your throat. There was a frog in it. Ha 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 ha. Maybe don't use that joke when talking to frogs, though. Hello, frogs? Buddy, frogs. Humans, ribbit, humans, not ribbit. Frogs, not frogs. Humans. So, wait, you saying you're humans, not frogs? Ribbit, yes, right, yes, ribbit, right, you ribbit. You think about what would be trapped in a frog's body. After a few seconds, stop thinking about it, because you don't like thinking about things that fill you with a harrowing existential angst. How did this happen? Cave, god, ancient, quarry, cave, god, curse, cave, quarry, statue, ancient, frog. You struggle to make sense of the cacophony. It's kind of hard to understand you with everyone talking all at once. Could you all stop talking except for one frog? All frogs, single, all frogs, all, mind, share, mind, single, mind, share. Oh. All frogs share a single mind. Wow, that's incredible. This changes. Actually, you can't think of any significant consequences for what you just learned. You try to remember last time you interacted with a specific frog as an individual, and it was... that biology class. Best not to bring that up. somebody can help you? One of the larger frogs hops up at you and coughs loudly. A shiny green object flies out of its mouth and sinks into the water. You roll up the sleeve and plunge your hand into the nasty green water. Your fingers find a hard object which turns out to be, wow, an emerald! Shiny! This is the most beautiful thing a frog has ever barfed at you. What should I do with this? A second frog approaches and belches up a soggy piece of paper. You decide to just look at it instead of touching it with your hand. It appears to be a shipping label from a nearby quarry. Hame Quarry. Interesting. Frogs, careful, luck, ribbit, good, ribbit, luck, good, careful, ribbit. Alright. Alright, frogs. Let's go to the quarry. As you come around the mangrove trees, you come to face to face with the bearded gator man in his big filthy sack. Buy sack, 120 meat, sale final. No thank you. Not buy, go away. Guys, seems a bit. Hi there. This might seem like a strange question, but do you know anything about a curse? Ribbit. Your attitude says no, but your everything else says yes. Ribbit. Oh boy. This guy either thinks he's a frog or the soul of a frog trapped in the body of a guy, or a really good method actor for rehearsing for Toad of the Toad Hall. Wait. Have you seen any cursed frog idols around? His stick is sprung out as a fly buzzes out, and seems confused and disappointed by its length. Alright, good luck. Hi. If I asked you if you were a frog trapped in a man's body, would you have any way to answer that question that I would be able to understand? Ribbit. I guess I didn't know what I was expecting. Ribbit. 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 Foreman? The foreman's a frog. Hi there. Nice suit. You look like a fancy guy. Ribbit. I guess you basically won the frog lottery, huh? Ribbit. A painting of a safe. Is that meant to be a reverse psychology? You push the safe, pinning aside and find... Surprise! A safe! Unfortunately, it's a key-type safe, and you don't have the key. Not that a combination lock would have been much better, but you could have twiddled the dial and hoped to get lucky. Bess! Deals your Moxie plus 5 damage. You find the key labeled Mess and a gun labeled Bess. There's some papers and stuff, but none of it seems significant to you. Ooh, a hat! Intimidating Stetson. Plus 1 muscle and Moxie. The personnel files for everybody who works at or has ever worked at the quarry. You give the files a quick rifle through. They tend to be very thin. People who were hired and then quit real fast. There's only a handful of current records, and they aren't very interesting. Bookshelf full of books. Advanced Scowling. Grants combat skill, grit, teeth. Heal target for 5 hit points. You read the book and carefully really up your frowning game. Not that there's anything fun about anything. Sometimes you get into so into the music that the only expression you're capable of making is a rictus of pain. The back page has a bunch of exercises for strengthening your frowning muscles. All 438 of them, according to that old adage. You go through the exercises. It's a lot of work, but you end up with the tauntest frowning muscles you've ever seen. It makes you want to smile, but you can't anymore. You test your newfound abilities by frowning at the book until it bursts into flames. Oops. Hehe, Stetson. Mess hall! Advertised, it's a mess. Flies. Search the last remaining drawer. These people got so hungry, they started eating the cabinet drawers. Nothing here but junk. I think I'm supposed to do something about this junk mail. Like throw it out. Add 1 bonus damage to a weapon. Range doesn't even have gas line connected to it. I guess you could warm something up to room temperature. From the looks of the crust of these dishes, the food here wasn't very good even before it was spoiled. Not much here. All the oil in this lamp has dried up. Oh, radio. Some cruel soul tuned his radio to static and then walked away. Presumably these lockers are where the employees kept their personal possessions. Frog Lady's watching and seems real agitated. Better leave them alone. This lady seems real nervous about something, although the way she's hopping around on the floor makes it difficult to judge her body language. Hi, ma'am. Could you, communicate to me in something way about a curse? Ribbit. Oh, please don't do that thing with your neck. Ribbit. Leave. I need to get rid of the frog lady somehow. Ah. This frog person seems more cheerful about the situation than the others you've seen him. Hey, don't touch that! Ah, talking man! That's right, I'm a human man and not a frog at all. I have a reason to believe that you're actually a frog in a man's body somehow. Well, it's my body now and I'm keeping it. I don't need any dry-skinned leg walkers coming in here. Holy hop, you've got the missing eye! The big emerald. Yeah, I just noticed that it's looking... Posing that looks like an awful lot like the other one. Okay, I absolutely need you to step away from the statue, right hopping now. Oh, you don't want me to fix it? It's very important. It's an ancient idol of the frog god, and when the humans blasphemed against it by removing the eye, this particular eye right here, I might add, they were cursed with the great croaking one's righteous fury. Ah, so that's why all the people here are frogs in the bog nearby. Yeah, you guessed it. It's the old Freaky Friday routine. I don't know what that means. I know what it means. Forget about it. Point is, the humans did the crime, so now it's a frog's time to shine. And if I put the eye back, it undoes the curse. Oh, Hop, I maybe shouldn't have told you that. Frogs, people really want their bodies back. Well, so Hop and what? Hop them. Jeez, man. Look, take your inherent pro-human bias into account and consider the justice of the situation, okay? These people come rolling in here with their machines and stuff, tear up our land, spill oil and gasoline everywhere. Then they find this ancient religious icon, and the first thing they do is try to loot it. These aren't good people, and they got what was coming to them. Well, what should I do? I'll tell you what. Take the other eye from the statue. What? I don't want to be a frog. No, don't worry about that. It won't curse you. What it'll do is make the original curse permanent. No take-backs, no do-overs. That's justice, tadpole. Tell you what. I'll sweeten the deal. You can keep the emeralds. I'll make the necklace for you. You like necklaces? I'm still getting used to having a neck myself. Well... Okay, I'll take out the other eye. Great, go ahead and help yourself. This will be a real weight off my shoulders, you know? And I never even had shoulders before. Judging from the pile of cloud, this is not a place to have a good time. Let's not go back there unless you have a really good reason. Statue of some ancient frog god, apparently. Its one lone eye glows mysteriously. The statue's one remaining eye twinkles in the dim light. It almost looks like it's winking at you, which does not exactly help when it comes to making a decision here. Maybe a little more explicit about your desires. Huh, frog god? Boop. Psych. In the interest of full disclosure, I should point out that this is a one-way decision. If you mess with the idol, you won't be able to change your mind afterwards, so don't mess this up. Return missing eye. No, don't! You socket the emerald back into the slime statue. Both eyes flash with brilliant green, then dim again. No! Hop you, you bastard! You okay? My brain feels slimy. Gross. You okay? The original you? I'm the actual human guy. Yeah. Name's Roger. Thanks for your help. I think it would have gone crazy if I'd been trapped as a frog for much longer. Although, I guess there isn't a lot of practical difference between a crazy frog and a sane one. No problem, Roger. Happy to help. If that's true, we've got another problem. Well, what's up? Sorry, I don't know how much you saw of the original situation at the quarry, but it's a really terrible place to work. It does seem kind of run down. It doesn't need to be, but that's the thing. We turn a good profit, but the foreman refuses to spend any more than the absolute minimum on the facilities and wages. And meanwhile, he's eating caviar for lunch like he's John D. Friggin' Rockefeller. Jeez. You should have seen this place when I showed him that idol. His tongue hit the floor like a cartoon wolf. He's getting yacht catalogs in the mall, while us, that do the actual work, gotta take turns sleeping in one bed. Well, that sucks. Why don't you quit? We tried to start a union, but he just called the Pinkertons to rough us up. If we don't try to quit, it's the same deal. We can't even just walk out, because he watched us like a hawk. We decided to take our chances anyway. See that tunnel back on the left? That comes out past the trees, and if we snuck out at night, he wouldn't spot us. We could be out here and well on our way to our town by morning. You plan to cross the swamp at night? Not much of a plan, but it's the only plan we've got. Only problem is tunnel's full of flies. It's some kind of nest. You need someone to clear out the tunnel for you. That's about the size of it, and the size of those flies is real. Real big. Swell. I'll need you to kill any maggots in there too, so they don't come back. Haven't got anything to pay you with, but we'd really appreciate the favor. Alright. Everything alright? I was really thirsty for some reason. Which is weird, because water here is practically the only thing we got to eat around here. Is it clean at least? Calling it would be a real stretch. But it's alright, once your immune system gets acclimated. I grew this mustache to help filter it. Eesh. Gross. Everything alright? My tongue hurts and I've got a gross taste in my mouth. Oh, I've been mainly eating shoe leather though, so it isn't new. It might be new in a way. What? Nothing. Everything okay? Oh, I don't like to complain, but I'm so tired. When I took the job as an office assistant, I never imagined I'd be in charge of all the cleaning and maintenance around the camp as well. There's so much. I'm only one person. And now I'm having these weird dreams about frogs. Honestly, it makes me regret giving up the plans. Hopefully Roger's plan will work out. Probably shouldn't watch this stuff. I mean, you shouldn't anyway, but the fact that she's watching you provides more concrete reason than just basic morality. Still can't do anything in here. I've already lit the drawer. You okay? Depends on whether you're real or I'm hallucinating you. I'm real. Frog thing though, that was a hallucination, right? No, that was real too. If you're about to tell me my shoelaces are really butterflies, I should warn you, I don't know how I'll react to that. Maybe you should go get some sleep. Alright. Let's talk to the foreman. Why not? Oh. Foreman looks at the yacht catalog he's reading. Alright. Yeah. He is busy. He's a busy boy. Oh, that's a lot of flies. Oh, gross. Well, this part of the wall is bleeding. Great! These flies are large and aggressive. 2 understatements for the price of 1. Alright. Bring him on. Oh, they're not that strong. I could kill them with a bullet. Okay. Saxophone! Should I use some of these items? Kill all allies. Deal 10 physical damage to all enemies. I should look into making some bombs. All right. Ouch. Stink. Zap. You did. No, my rat! Gross. Alright, knife in the dark. And dead. No one usually flies on you. Large. Destroy the horrible things. You have to stomp and squelch each one basically individually. It's going to be super disgusting. Would you like to read a full description of that, or shall we just move on? I want the gory details. Just to be clear, there's no bonus item or achievement or other special reward over reading the gross version. And it's going to be as long as I can stand to make it. Hit me with your best shot. Okay, crack. There's a sound of me cracking my knuckles. You pick up one of the maggots. It's about the size and shape of a medium to large sweet potato, or yam depending on where you're from. But instead of brownish orange, it's a sticky white color, rigged with a rigid like an earthworm, both fleshy and rubbery, and covered in clear, sticky mucus. It wriggles and pulses in your hand. You drop it on the ground and stomp on it. It bursts with a pop squelch sort of sound, spraying lumps of that pallid white flesh and a thin greenish yellow juice in a circle around the point of impact. When you lift the foot again, it sticks to the floor and makes a slurp sound as you peel the sole of your shoe away. Keep going. You pick up 2 more maggots. They wriggle in your hands as they can sense what is happening. The mucus covering them, and your hands now, has the texture and viscosity of slightly thinned down rubber cement. It glistens in the dim light and makes strands and webs between your fingers as you open and close your hands. You drop the 2 maggots on the ground and stomp them 1 foot each. The spray looks like lumps of old mayonnaise mixed with the juice from an expired camping glow stick. The added liquid is making the floor slimy instead of sticky now, and you will have to move more carefully to keep your footing. You approach the pile again. You pick up another maggot. It sticks to your hand, and as it rise, you can feel the glue-like mucus pulling softly at your skin. The fluids pumping around inside it make it pulse faintly. Let me put my microphone up. Like a slowly beating heart. You squeeze it, gently at first, then harder. It has the rubbery resistance of a half-filled water balloon. Am I going? Hold on. I'm adjusting my mic volume. It's peaking. And when it peaks, I think it just kind of shuts off. I don't want it to do that. Like a half-filled water balloon. Imagine a white balloon partially filled with warm green milk, and how it would feel to squeeze that in your fist. There's a thin, high-pitched squealing sound as it bulges at the end, and then bursts, spraying you with, by appearances, rancid cottage cheese and antifreeze. Now's when you start to notice the smell. Ugh. This is a true story. Once when I was in junior high, I tripped and skinned my left elbow on the sidewalk. A patch of bleeding road rash, a little larger than a quarter. I washed it off and put a bandage over it and I forgot about it. Until a few days later when I noticed a smell. Because my classmates sitting next to me had noticed a smell and wondered aloud where it was coming from. My injury had become infected. The bandage was soaked with pus. The smell is immediately identifiable, but if you've never smelled it, it smells a lot like rotting apples. About the time they are completely brown and soft and have started to leak and collapse under their own weight. Close your eyes and take a deep breath through your nose. Imagine that smell filling your sinuses, except with an undertone of sour milk. That's what you're smelling right now. Keep going. The option's grayed out. You've committed to this. I've committed. You pick up a maggot in each hand and squeeze them. They thrash in your hands and squeal. A thin, high-pitched noise like a pinhole in an air mattress. You close your eyes as they burst and warm clotted innards splatter across your face. Then ooze down and drip onto your shirt. You might expect their insides to be cold, as insects are cold-blooded. Timeout. Is your character actually wearing a shirt? Because in Kingdom of Loathing, you need to get a skill to realize that your torso exists and that you should be wearing a shirt. And you don't have any shirt items. I'm just saying. You might expect their insides to be cold, as insects are cold-blooded. But in fact, maggots generate a fair amount of heat through metabolism and muscular contraction. In terms of texture, it's like being splattered in the face with a bowl of warm bologna sauce. Or perhaps, more accurately, if someone projectile vomited onto your face after eating a bowl of warm bologna sauce. The smell of rotting fruit and sour milk is thick in the air now. Some of the juice got into your mouth. I don't really have a point of comparison for the taste, but I imagine it tastes much the same as it smells. A little more acrid, maybe. I can't click stop. I can't click stop. I've already committed. Keep going. Killing the maggots in ones and twos is clearly going to take too long, so you just jump as high as you can and stomp heavily into the pile with both feet. The sound it makes is sort of a throg crunch splat, all at the same time, and you're up to your waist in thrashing white mucus-coated grubs. You lift a foot, but lose your balance and fall backwards into the pile. Imagine falling backwards into a ball pit filled with overripe tomatoes and long-expired milk, except the tomatoes are alive and crawling on you. Now they have covered you. They are everywhere. You roll around, crushing the squirming maggots beneath you, feeling each distinct burst as the rubbery grubs pop under your weight and spray more yellow-green bile and lumps of white gristle onto the growing pool of sweet and sour-smelling slime. Oh God. Keep going. Eventually, you stop, out of breath but not wanting to breathe. It doesn't matter, because the putrid glop has gotten up your nose and in your mouth and down your throat regardless of your desires. You might guess that you had become accustomed to the smell by now, but no! You still smell it, and you will never stop smelling that rotten fruit stench for the rest of your life. You are lying in a pool of chunky maggot stew, covered in the pulp of hundreds of burst grubs, your clothes soaked entirely through to the skin with mucus of stinking green juice, every crevice filled with pallid white curds. You are the ungodly avatar of pestilence and filth upon this miserable earth. Anyway, thanks for reading that. I hope you enjoyed it. Looks like you missed a giant maggot. It seems to really like running around in your head, though, so you haven't got the heart to kill it. Oh, no! That was gross. It's a good thing that was all in text, because if there was an actual visual for it, I would have probably thrown up at some point. Oh no. And I already have it equipped on my head. Yay! Yay! Okay, no, stay here. Let's go talk to the dude. We did it. And I'm not happy about it. Hi, how's it? Oh my god, don't come any closer. What are you covered in? Oh, this? Maggot guts. Well, thank you for clearing out the tunnel. Please leave this enclosed space and get some fresh air. Don't worry, I'll be fine. I was saying that more for my benefit. Good luck with your escape plan. Yay! We still need to find... Let's go back to the frog bog. I wonder if there's anything there now. A whistling man paddles a canoe. He hits a rock and capsizes. He thrashes and splashes, screaming like about gators. You take the alarm and set him on his feet. There's no danger here. And then he's gone. Okay, I fixed it, I think. All you frogs are just frogs now, right? Right. Yeah, they're just frogs now. I think, hopefully. You're browsing through the swamp. Think you slip through your nose! Trump, excuse me. This swamp smells terrible. I mean, a swamp is literally just standing water and rotting compost, the biome. Oh god in heaven, what is that? Something smells like a rotten egg mated with a tire fire, and the egg the tire fire laid also went rotten. This must be the smell of the wisp that kid was looking for. Grab it! Holding your breath, both your nose and your breath, you run up and snatch the wisp before it can fly away, collecting a clump of air so foul it sticks to your hand. Fortunately, you've got an empty jar you can scrape it off into. Blah. Okay, there's no fence here or anything. I still can't talk to the floor man. Leave my painting safely alone. It's all books on management, with titles Shaking the Invisible Hand, You Deserve More, and How to Get More Blood Out of the Turnips You Hired. Turnips? Turnips. Okay, there's no fence here. You there! An excessively jovial man struts out from behind the trees. New to these parts, eh? Is it? Ever heard of a mudhenge? I'll bet you didn't know it's actually 1.3 times larger than any comparable henge you care to name. What is mudhenge, good sir? He's already gone, disappeared in the mist. Behind him through the trees is mudhenge. Okay. Guess we're going to Mudhenge. Welcome to Mudhenge. To meet. Welcome to Mudhenge. What is this place? It's Mudhenge. Okay. What is that? It's one of the area's most popular henges. Folks travel from all over to see this mysterious mud. I've heard of Stonehenge. Is it like that? I don't see the comparison. If you say so. Look, we could talk for hours about Stonehenge. Stonehenge is big. Stonehenge is strong. I've gone all over this. So with respect, what I'm interested in talking about is Mudhenge, which is a formidable monument on its own right. And it's so much more than a first draft of Stonehenge, as they sometimes say in the magazines. Okay, what's so special about Mudhenge? Special? During the swamp solstice, it's said that the needle of the compass placed upon its center altar will point not to west, but secret west, where lies the thing you need the most. That's special enough for you? Ooh, when's the swamp solstice? If you're in a swamp, it's pretty much always swamp solstice. Oh, I'd like to visit Mudhenge. And why wouldn't you? It's the best and most mysterious henge this side of the border. The mission is to meet. Here you go. If I knew you wouldn't be able to come all this way without seeing the famous Mudhenge. Here's a pamphlet that goes over everything we need to know about the history of this ancient monument. What is Secret West? I'm no mystician, but Secret West is a direction which lies that thing that your heart is most missing. And it said that a compass laying on the altar of Mudhenge during the swamp solstice will point to Secret West. That was the object of the Mudhenge challenge. But of course, we don't run the challenge anymore. Too hard. Oh, challenge. We don't run it anymore. Too hard. Too many missing presumed deads. I'll be on my way. Thanks. Look, there's hoboglyphs over there. I'll take that. Uh-oh. I probably did not need to pay admission. According to this, there's an old boxcar nearby that the railroad company abandoned when it sank into the swamp. Sounds intriguing! We'll look that up later. Whoa, that was weird. I'm somewhere else now. Okay, this is a maze. Arcane message in a strange script. Okay, I need some pants. Drowned in Mary's crown is buried past the huge tower. Humps. And I'm back here. And now I'm not. What? Wait. Wait, no. I accidentally went into a thing. And now I'm lost. Hello. Hey. Oh, I think man ran away. Gator. Now where's that gator? Hey, stop! Come back here! Aw. I'm just gonna float over the swamp water now. Do not vibe with this land. I'm gonna not stand in it. Well, this is a confusing mess, is it not? Hello. Wait, come back. Wait, don't I have a compass? An uncursed one, too. I was hoping the compass would help me somehow. Wait, come back. Please don't leave me here to wither and die in this cruel, forsaken land. I should probably read this. Little is known about the history of Mudhenge. That's all it says. Grade A publishing right there. Okay, I'm just gonna keep going into this A door and see what happens. Aha. That's unusual. Hello, we've met before, haven't we? When we met, it is not me. Huh? This is not much time. This to help you go where you are going. Third full gas can. That's for the bus? I don't need that anymore. I got enough gas for the bus. More than enough, actually. Sorry, I've come to give help. I come from far away. I come at great personal costs. That's nice. I haven't had to fill up a bus in quite some time. Sorry. Well, I have another can of gas now, I guess. Or no, I don't. I guess not. Let's go this way. Just keep going straight down. Past the huge tower. What's over to the east? There's a crazy gator man appeared out of nowhere, and he's champing at the bit to make sure you're nowhere 5 minutes from now. Ooh, no, no, no. Turn poison just layered on. Oh, okay. Shoot him. Shoot him. Make him bleed and die. Gideon rallies for another round, but I hand rises from the swamp and drags him down screaming. Okay, that's weird. There's a complete change of clothes in the sack, a black pack, and a black embossed card sticking out of the back pants pocket. Drowned mayor's crown is buried past a huge tower. Phrase so nice you've read it twice. The nudist creed! Nothing is worn, everything is visible! You like to leave everything in the bag where you found it. Nothing is your size anyways. Did I clue? Why do I still have the maggot on my head? Okay, there. Wait up. Boxcar hobo. Oh wait, come back. Please tell me what's going on. Okay. Gator. Alright. There does not seem to be anything here. Oh, I think I bumped my controller. Ignore that. Hello, old man. Mind telling me what's going on? Mind telling me what I'm supposed to be doing in this henge of mud? Ground maze crown is buried past the cube tower. Over to the east. It's the bag again. Alright. I'm getting sick of this. Go to the boxcar. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm still alone. Where's the rift? Whee! No, I'm a rat. Alright. Company drive! Phew, finally found you. Alright, I'm gonna put my stuff back on. Hello? This looks any dangerous. Climb in anyway. Oh. It's a diagonal hobo. Although I suppose from your perspective he looks normal. Oh, hi! Sorry, I didn't know. It's all in italics because it's diagonal. I didn't know anyone was living here. I suppose I should stop being surprised by that. That's quite alright. I prefer to stop in. Welcome to my humble abode. Thanks, I'm Crabman Getty. Nice boxcar you've got here, apart from it being a little, steep. Steep? Oh, yes, you know, I've grown so accustomed to the tilt, I hardly notice anymore. Apart from when I try to play marbles. Your game must be really going downhill. Yes, quite. Ha 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 ha. Ask! Your accent is different from most hobos I've met. Why are you living in a swamp? He's diagonal. But to be honest, it's been difficult to part with the old estate. As far as I've been able to get before the homesickness becomes overwhelming. Ah, how bittersweet. Indeed. I wonder, could you spare the time and help me? I could be done with the place if I had some proper souvenir. Specifically, my father's collection of antique padlocks. And you can't get them yourself because of the memories? It's more a lack of memories. I've forgotten where the keys are. Okay, sure, I'll help you. Thanks. There are 11 locks altogether. Except they wouldn't actually be all together, will they? I'm afraid not, no. Here, I'll mark the location of the house for you. Is it a sponge? Yeah, it's a sponge. There's also something I should tell you about the house. I was hoping to let you know there aren't any ghosts haunting the property. There aren't any ghosts haunting the property. There aren't any. Correct, not one. My family never suffered any violent or traumatic deaths. This is something you felt you had to warn me about? Not really a warning as such. I just thought something you might like to know. Okay, thanks. I'll be right back with your 11 padlocks. Poetry books are all full of slant rhymes. There is some jokes here. Okay. Dolphin House. There's probably a fence to paint around there. You spot a shadow orb hovering around and decide to follow it deeper into the swamp. That might seem like a bad plan, considering the old stories about people following the will-o-wisp and becoming lost in the swamp forever. But the will-o-wisp is a floating ball of light, and this is the opposite of that. So logically, this is actually a very good plan. Except for how it leads you right into a group of tentacly shadow monsters. Oh! Wow! Wow! Wonderful! Woo! Okay, wait. Saxophone! And fire. They're gone. Oh, we're poisoned. Fantastic. Zap, zap. Oh, poison. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Great job, guys. The goodness of your plan has now been proven. QED. Padlock! Door is padlocked. This car is left to rot. Unfortunately, it hasn't rotted enough for you to get past the locked door. You unlock the door, destroying the hanger in the process. You search the car, and it's empty except for the glove box, which turns out to actually be a key box. The key inside is not the key to this car, and if you had a sense of humor like mine, you'll agree that it's a real shame. Paint. One fence painted. Click, you pop out the lock, and the door unlatches. Workbench covered with tools, rusted past the point of uselessness, even as bludgeons. Another padlock. Some say the most powerful tool is a padlock. It's really more the opposite of a tool, though, because it obstructs rather than facilitates what you're trying to do. Cinder blocks are totally waterlogged. Wait a second. One of the blocks is a telltale glow of maiden moss infestation. The tree has a hole in it. Conveniently, the hole is slightly larger than your hand. Honestly, what is ostensibly a horror game, we've had way too few opportunities for you to stick your hand in a suspicious dark hole. Reach in! You reach in the dark hole. It's damp, ominous, and then... you find a key. Sorry, that scream wasn't really justified. The mossy key. Hello? Died of natural causes, died of natural causes, died of natural causes. They all died of natural causes, I see. Cool. Fancy serving cart. It's one of those serving carts they use to push in posh hotels, and posh manor houses apparently, with a big silver platter covered in a dome-shaped lid. Just the right size to hide a severed head? Or roast of some kind. You cautiously reach out to grip the handle, then take a deep breath. Slowly you lift the lid, tilting your head to peek underneath. It's empty. Oh well. Why is there a padlock here? Enough fine china to feed an army, if only you could get past a padlock. And if you were in command of the world's hoity-toityest military. Wait, there's radio here too. Alright, 5 radios tuned. Bathtub is filled with steaming blood! Oh, no, wait. The red is just the light coming through a stained glass rose hanging in the bathroom window. Doesn't really explain why the water is still hot, though. Is someone still living here? Nasty goo, cigarette. You fished something up. There's some extra meat on the line. Hooray! Hold on a second. Okay. Fish, 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 fish. The dolphins use one toilet at a time, just like the rest of it. Maybe there's something wrong in the tank. Well, here's your problem. There's a key stuck to the float valve on the unhinged flange. Now we can flush it. Yay! And then if we switch back to our hot rod. A fish zester. Somebody flushed a perfectly good fish zester down the toilet. Oh, curious. Your mysticality plus 6 damage. Neat. Alright, where's my icebox? Okay, so what next? Door's padlocked with a wet key. Yay! Why is everything padlocked like this? Door is padlocked. Door is padlocked. Dude says it's not haunted. Toy box is disappointingly empty. Not even a BB gun or a creepy doll. Maybe the doll's hiding somewhere. Wardrobes were very important in old houses like this that didn't have built-in clothes to keep skeletons in. Got a wire coat hanger and work pants. Hey, physical armor, yay. Shelf full of books about sports. The titles are all too boring for me to even tell you what they are. Comfortable looking bed, free of bloodstains or vaguely person-shaped lumps under the blanket. There's the key under the pillow. Yay! Shiny. This nightstand has one empty drawer and one locked drawer. An eerie ghost sound is coming from inside it. Well, I can't open it yet. Okay. Open up. Cedar chest is locked and easily big enough to hide a skeleton in, or even a whole body. We found a radium rouge. This convenient thing about products with radium in them is that they're easy to find in the darkness of the coffin they'll ultimately put you in. Bed looks inviting, but nobody seems to have accepted the invitation for quite some time. Oh, a disappointingly non-fancy key. Jewelry box. Jewelry! Perfectly normal jewelry. I should sell some of this jewelry. Stairs down to the first floor. And this takes me back to where I was. Yeah. Even the fridge. Everything. What? The oven is full of gross, steamy swamp worms. Oh, yeah, no. One of the old fridges that people sometimes got locked into accidentally and asphyxiated. Oh wait, that's still all fridges these days. Maybe that's why it's padlocked. The fridge is empty in both expired food and expired hide-and-seekers. You do find a key that is inexplicably frozen into a block of ice, though. You can't tell if this was done as a prank or by somebody trying to break the habit of fidgeting with their keys. The humidity has turned most of these dry goods into stale goods. Can of fruit cocktail. Almost nothing has escaped the moisture. Almost. A fruit cocktail. Variety of chopped fruit floating in syrup. If modern technology has produced anything better than this, I don't want to hear about it, and I probably won't because hearing aids haven't been invented yet, as far as I know. Breakfast has not been served. Oh, one of the padlocks. What about the sink? I want to look at the sink. I want to look at the sink. Continue fishing. Continue fishing. Fish, 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 fish. Fish, 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 fish. Alright. Yay. This part of the basement is predictably completely flooded. You'll need some kind of breathing apparatus if you want to go down there. This door is padlocked. It's just the attic. Workbench is stone with bits and gizmos. Amongst all that, you find what looks to be a miniature radio carved from driftwood. Ooh. A handmade radio. Is a radio small enough to carry? Amazing. Maybe if you listen to it periodically, it'll warn you about any nearby monsters that are actually manifestations of your repressed traumas. Or maybe it'll just give you baseball scores. Build a better radio and the world will be a path to your door. A better one than this, I mean. Alright. Hold the radio up to your ear. You hear the little girl's voice shouting, Mom, Mom, a terrible ghoul stole the key to my nightstand. Owen replies, Now dear, don't call your brother Ralphie a terrible ghoul. He probably hid the key in the potted plant in the hallway like he always does. Well, that's eerie. Some dirt and planter, presumably a plant and a planter once stood. And there's a key. Who stole my golden arm? Then a boy's voice says, Oh, come on, sis, don't you know any other ghost stories? That's the only one you ever tell. Where do these voices come from? They say it's not haunted, but are you sure? Creepy music box. This is a creepy music box, which is to say, it's a music box. Deals your mysticality and spooky damage to all combatants. Okay. Gee, Pop, where do you get all that treasure? Is it a cursed pirate hoard stolen from the ruins of an ancient civilization? No, son. Nothing like that. Just sound investments in perfectly normal and moral financial markets. Weird. For goodness' sake, Agnes, you're so obsessed. Obsessed with taping things to the back of paintings. Just like your old aunt, one-eyed Calaprina Dolphin. You'll probably die peacefully in your sleep, just like she did. Is that a bad thing? Check the paintings. You hold the radio up to your ear. Remember, Ralphie, says a woman's voice. You mustn't ever open the door to strangers. A boy's voice replies, Okay, Mom, because it might be a kidnapper or a murderer, right? Oh, I'm sure that would never happen. But it might be a vacuum cleaner salesman, and we already have one. Could this be the one-eyed Aunt Caprina? Considering the eye patch and the fact that the painting is labeled Caprina Dolphin? There's a key behind the pack. Classic Caprina. Please be careful around the kitchen knives, Rebecca. They're very sharp. I keep them that way because, counterintuitive though it may be, dull knives actually cause more accidents. Yes, Mother, I understand. Well, that's crazy. Ralphie, why on earth do you keep flushing this fish zester down the commode? Have you been possessed by some otherworldly demonic force? No, I just thought it'd be a funny place to hide it. This bathtub is full of steaming blood. Why is it still hot? Oh yeah, I have the key. The nice warm bath causes the ice to relax, and it drops the key with a grateful sigh. Ice doesn't sigh. Okay, so what do I do with this now unfrozen key? Covered padlock, rhino balm, Bert's finest tooth wax. A whole ball of prescription strength tooth wax. Okay. Interesting. Clarence, I'm so grateful that our family has never suffered from supernatural causes, serial murder, demonic corruption, or plague. I agree, dear. We certainly have been fortunate, and doubtless will remain so. Wow. Open the key. The tool chest contains one tool and one key, which I guess also counts as a tool, albeit an extremely specific one. So, 2 tools with it. A handsaw. Oh, gee, is that blood all over the... Oh, it's just rust. Never mind. Oh my, Clarice. Why are you lying on the floor under your workbench? Are you alright? Were you attacked by a burglar or an axe murderer? Oh, calm down, Agnes. I'm fine. I'm just practicing changing the oil in our car. It boggles my mind how unmoored you'd have to be to build a manor in a defenseless place. Though you'd have to be admired the resources they marshal to do so. Alright. Fine china helmet. You open the cabinet door and examine the stacks of fine bone china. Bone china? Perhaps human china? Oh no, the brand mark on the bottom is pretty well-known company, so probably not. Anyway, you find a really fancy hat. Plus 4 magical weapons attacks. Alright. And there's nothing else. I can't go in the basement because it's flooded. Alright, is there any more padlocks here? No, there's one padlock, but I can't get to it because I need to be able to breathe underwater. And I don't think I have any way of breathing underwater. I have a gas mask, but I don't think that's quite what we're looking for. Alright. How many padlocks do I have? I have 10. I need the last one, and it's probably in the flooded basement. This couch faces the wall. It must be the Dolphin family's punishment couch. Yeah, that kind of makes sense if you ask me. Weird, but okay, I'm willing to believe that. Okay, there isn't anything else I'm missing, is there? I'm going down. Is that bench that the woman on the radio was talking about? Oh, yeah. Okay, this is probably the last key I needed. Wrong door. There's a veil in here, and beyond the veil, nothing. This will come in handy if you ever decide to save money by getting married at the city dump. Alright, I think we've got all the padlocks. Let's go take them all home. Where is the sunken boxcar? That's odd. This patch of muddy tracks ground has a lot of tracks that look like human handprints, except for the fact that humans don't normally walk around their hands. Maybe there's an acrobat convention in the middle of the swamp. Oh wait, what was that one kid thing the one kid was talking about? The honey ape? Maybe there's something to that after all. Geez, the more you look, the more confusing and trampled mess tracks these are. It seems these are different sets of tracks going in different directions. How many thumbs did this thing has again? On one hand? Thumbs. It's like a regular human hand. And how many fingers was it? 4. You follow the prints to a clearing in the middle of a small stand of trees. And to your surprise, you find an animal pretty much like the honey ape the kid described. Like a somewhat larger chimpanzee or a very small gorilla, but with disproportionately large and human-like hands. It's sitting on the ground, casually drinking out of a beehive, and doesn't seem to have noticed you yet. Sneak. You successfully creep up on the unsuspecting primate, but you run out of trees and bush to hide behind before you get close enough to really do anything. Darn. Yeah, that isn't bothering anyone. Plus, it might know karate or something. Better to just leave it alone. I just need one of each right now. Put my controller away. Alright, I got your padlocks, dude. Your accent's different from most hobos I've met. My family is from old money, you see. How old? Old enough that it all turned to dust. All that remains is a rambling old manor that I can't afford to maintain. So I decided this would be a splendid opportunity to expand my horizons. The horizon is typically more level. Anyway, I found your padlocks. Or your father's padlocks. Thank you so much. You didn't run into my grandmother by any chance, did you? What? No, was she supposed to be there? No, that would have been highly unusual if she had been, considering she died more than 30 years ago. Weird. Weird. Here's your padlocks. Marvelous. Once I've reaccustomed myself to standing on level ground, I'll be on my way. There's a big hobo camp near Ocean City that you might be interested in. I can give you directions. Ah, excellent. I think I'll head that way now. Perhaps I'll see you there. Hooray! Alright, nothing else to do here. Let's head back to the monster shack. A black shape. Oh, we're being attacked by shadow bats. And this thing. And knife in the dark. And shoot the brute. This is not even a challenge. Alright, kids. Let's see. I still need to find the chest here for you. Did you manage to track down the honey ape yet? Oh, right. Did you find the smell of the wisp? Sure did. Please don't open the jar while I'm in the room. That bad, huh? I wonder if it's gotten stronger since I met it. Thanks for your help. You hand over the nose trumpet she lent you and the jar of foulness you collected. The kid takes your sash, pins another badge to it, and hands it back to you. Yay! Thanks, kid. What's this book? A list of vampire nests. It's like 400 pages long. Lots of vampires in the swamp. If you want to help, you can always go clear some of them out. Alright, so we can just go hunt vampires anytime we want. What effects am I under? Orb touched. Rhino bombed. Twinkling fingers. Hold on. Alright, let's go talk to the Flebberg place. Whoever's there. Here's a grisly sight. The carcass of some kind of swamp animal covered in huge ticks. Oh wait, no. Some of them are buzzing around the air. Are they actually wasps? Turns out both things can be true. They're tick wasps, which are notable for being the only insect that can stab you with both ends. Oh. Cool. Cool. Tick wasps, swamp bees, stink bugs, and mega mosquitoes. Hooray! Hooray! In 2 rounds, Tick Wasp will burst, healing all of allies by 27 hit points. How much damage do I deal? 18. Oh, they're all attacking Clarence. Poor Clarence. Poor Clarence. Anyways, I'm gonna timpani the tick wasps. And I'm gonna shoot them. Bye-bye. Zaps! Alright. Deals 10 sleaze damage to the swamp bees. Deals 13 damage to the mosquitoes. Getting them gone. And then just shoot the stink bugs. Extra blood! Some of which is almost certainly yours. Hello? Anyone home? Vicious Skoo has rendered this house entirely decorative. Up, here's a house to paint, fence to paint. One more fence. Max's Flebberg. You got junk mail! Yay! Gas generators providing power to the barn in exchange for pastoral ambience. Hello, what's this? There's a new little man. Small man inside the machine is clearly trying to get your attention. Hi, I'm Catman. Do you need help? I absolutely need help, thank you. My name's Flebberg. Paul Flebberg. I moved back into my parents' old house here because nobody would give me lab space for my experiments. Turned out, an assistant would have also been really nice to have. What are you trying to do? Improve myself. You know, better, faster, stronger, one of those. But I put the wrong setting to the control console, and all that happened was I shrank. You can't change the settings? The door doesn't open from the inside. But yeah, I didn't think it through. Okay, I can just no. Opening the door will depolarize the booth. And it takes months worth of field emitters to recharge. Not to mention the fact that I have to collect all new supplies of genetic material, so the door can only be opened once. Geez, you really didn't think this through. What should I do? You'll have to fix the settings on the console. What should I set it to? Clearly, I know if I knew that, I would have put the wrong ones in myself. Just make me better before you open the door. Better than a normal guy. I don't know. I spent so long thinking about how I could build this machine, I didn't have any time left to think about why I built it. I'll see what I can do. A case with 2 giant horrible flies. Oh, cool. A bunch of welding tools. A workbench. I need anarchist hardware. A pile of smaller workbenches. There's so many, I'm sure that the guy wouldn't mind. If the guy cared about his tools, he probably wouldn't have left this out on the floor. Disposable ratchet. Hey, how's it going? Okay. Body, Flemberg. Head, Flemberg. Lungs, Flemberg. Pituitary, fly. Hat, fly. Flip the hat lever. Body, fly. Sip away, see what happened. Oh! This is a fly containing a huge fly with Flemberg's head. He's wearing a nice hat. Flemberg's now a giant fly with a human head. One sec, I'll try again. No, wait, this one's pretty great actually. I could fly, and I have the proportionate strength of a fly scaled up to human size. What's not to love? Okay. Open the door. You can actually mess with this a lot more. I'm just gonna show off some of the other things here. Like, you can turn him back into a human. Okay, this is just normal me. Like before I got in here. This is exactly what I do not want. So if I... Pituitary... Body... This is great! Are you serious? Look at me go! Okay, I'm gonna turn him just into a big fly man. But opens and closes his mouth a couple times, but seems unable to say anything. This clearly upsets him a bit. This is a fly. Is this anger? Are you trying to express anger at me right now? You sure you wouldn't like this? You sure you like this? Having a huge fly body? Wouldn't you? I don't understand your objection. Let's at least give him his hat. Oops, that's not it. Open the door. Are you sure? Yes. Heck yeah, I can't wait to get all kinds of giant fly stuff. Wait, before you go, I need to get one of your chest hair off of you. Do I still have those? Okay, well, whatever, sure. You got an item, Flyman's chest hair. A layer of luxurious hair from the chest of a truly remarkable specimen of masculinity. Thanks, for I probably don't want to know. I'm out. See ya! Okay, bye-bye. Whatever, weird dude. So just a giant fly man just going about now. Hooray. And I am totally responsible for that. Fishing! A brown-eyed slabfish! Fishing! Delicious oyster. Despite what those Philistine fishermen think, these are for eating, not throwing. Yay. Alright. And I think there's a vein in here I can mine. Part of the cave wall is shiny. Never mind. Wait. Can I equip my pickaxe? Where's my pickaxe? Where's the pickaxe? Baz. A tool for favored by miners for breaking rocks, removing hot dishes from ovens, trimming hedges, kneading dough, and catching baseballs. Are you sure? That's quite a few applications. I don't think that's. All right then. I'm not a miner, so what do I know? Uh-oh, vampires. Oh no, they're not vampires. I just saw the word vampire. Still a bunch of happy looking people. Whee! Ouch. Ouch. Riot. Great job, Ben. Alright, I'm just gonna shoot the bat. I think they're still here. Distill the wet fuel. Maybe you should use the thing to fix Rossman's fuel. You light the fire and run the still for long enough to fix the fuel, but not quite long enough to cause your own death from smoke inhalation. Yay. Let's get out of here. Back to the crash site. Suddenly, a flock of shadowy bats! The bats won't leave me alone! Goodbye. Please stop. Please stop. Set on fire. No, my rat. You'll pay for this. Burn it. Burn it alive. Make sure it does not stand. Hello again, Rhonda. I got your fuel cleaned up. No, Shanola, if there was any in there, I think I got it out. Let's have a look. She opens the can, pours a little in the wine glass, and swirls around while peering at it closely. Look at that! No legs at all! Did I mess up? No, that's a good thing. It means you got rid of all the water. Don't see any dirt in here either. Nice work. Thanks. Guess you're all set then? Looks like it. Got my plane, fuel, runway all sorted out. Thanks a ton. Couldn't have done it without you. You know, you could have a career in aviation if you ever decide to give up. What do you do now? I'd rather not attempt to explain it. Gotcha. I've had jobs like that. Well, I haven't got any meat on hand to pay you for your time, but let me give you this spare flight helmet as a souvenir. Oh, neat! Thanks! You earned it, pal. Keep her flying. And there she goes. God bless her. Well, now there's just an empty runway. That's odd. Oh wait, I don't have the things for the honey ape right now. Alright. If I were to head to the Leathers Brothers... Honk! A thundering honk huddles trees. Birds bleat, fish hide. You do not know what creature gave this honk, but you know it must rule swamp through fear. Uh-oh. Let it rule whatever swamp today. Oh no, there's geese in here. Swamp geese. Enjoy those gator hides? Hope you ain't hiding them from me. I think I need more gator hides. I have to go back to the village. Old abandoned... Now here's a sad sight. Old house abandoned long ago in the swamp. Half sunk in the wet muck that passes in these parts for roads. Might have been a nice family that lived in the house one time. Now you look at it. Shame is all. Jeepers creepers! There's a bandit shot dead on the floor! Right in the foyer! Must have come here looking for treasure. From the look of it, he wasn't the only one. Oh, the stink of death hangs heavy in this place, alright. Holy gosh! Sitting room is littered with bodies. 3 more bandits and the entire defensive line of Ocean City football team. Obvious what happened. Bandits and football players got sold the same line on the buried the treasure by some shifty rumor monger. Both groups came here looking for their fortune, ran into each other, and everyone got shot to pieces. Wherever that double dealer sold him up his tips now, he'd better be smiling. Oh, here's the kitchen. Also shot. By a bandit and a linebacker, looks like. But he got him too, poor pathetic souls. Now the bedroom. The finish line, and here's who made it. Quarterback and wide receiver. You figure they'd have been on the same side, but they shot each other in the back simultaneously. And there's nothing in here but a single jewelry box on a nightstand. Ain't that funny? All that death were a couple of trinkets. Nothing rots a person like greed. Yoink! A small jewelry box, which will come in handy if you need to move some jewelry from place to place and don't want to wear it on the trip. Hold back tears and continue where I was going. Such a tragedy. Alright, welcome back to the Lair of the Midnight Man. Hi! How am I supposed to do anything here? How am I supposed to do anything? What am I supposed to do here? I don't really need the portal there, the house there, though. Wake up some gators. Let's go. I'm a bit scared of the Mushmancer. Nine physical damage. 12 physical damage. Okay. Alright. Put down a venomous riff on this mush muncher that has already been damaged. And kill. Alright. Now just zap the two mush munchers. They cannot just keep doing this. Add a saxophone. Stacks of violence! Woo! Do 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 do. Oh, he did. Stop eating mushroom! Gross. Burn. Alright. Adios. Got some gator hide. No, we just need one more hide, I think. Oh, there's a rage jerk. Summons a weed which will rip your entire party. Yay! Okay, this should probably kill it, maybe, hopefully. Woo! Yay! Too angry. Oh, weeds! Gross! Gators is a herd, right? Alright. Hooray. Now I need to get out of here. Don't go anywhere. What am I supposed to be doing here? Alright, head back to Leathers Brothers. Shadow Orb. Fire! I guess freeze would be more appropriate, but whatever. Yay! I got the hides you needed. Neat. Got news for you. Don't need them. You keep them. That was just a test. Wanted to see if I could trust you with real work. Ready for some real hunting? What's real hunting? I got no need for 5 gator hides. My ambitions are far bigger. You met Paul. You know he's mute. I'm working to build him a leather tongue. Ooh! What you need for that? 10 gator hides. So you need the 5 gator hides. You need the 5 hides. Plus 5 more. My brother will be thrilled. Take the blood. Take the blood. Drink the blood. Drink the blood and smoke the banana. Alright, more fighting. And destroyed. Zap! Yeah, maybe we should kill that chef. Oh, he's screaming. We should kill everything here. Kill, 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 kill. Just slit his throat. Kill. Well, zap him. Alright, how much hides do we have? 7. 3 more. There's a rage jerk. Scream mouth, increasing all of its allies, decreasing your priority. Belch on Simone. Okay. So what I'm going to do is just Timpani Drive. And perfect. Zap, can we get rid of the shield? We did not get rid of the shield. What have you done? Barf on Simone. Okay, I can just kill this guy, can't I? Yeah. And down. Simone, no! That does it. And stay down. I need one more hide. There's 2 rage jerks. Okay, this is fantastic. Let's summon a tentacle buddy. Alright, start with another Symphony Drive. One jerk down. I'm a rat. Okay. Discharge. Let's see where this goes. Bye, Clarence. Mush Muncher I'm a bit scared of. Okay, I could just kill the Rage Jerk. Like this. He's gone. 6 to all stats. That's bad. There goes my tentacle buddy. There's so many stacks of poison on the gator. He won't be able to take it. Oh no. His ears are bleeding in many ways that you can never possibly imagine. Get me out of this obelisk. Alright, back to the Leathers Brothers. What's he doing? Swamp's no place to eat, his poor little boy. Go, Gators will eat you alive. Take this. Gators, I'll see you on the next bus out. What the? That's not enough money for the bus? Fine. Take it. Go. And take it. Go. Okay. Good to see you again. Would really make smile if you had 10 gator hides. Ta-da! Beautiful! That's beautiful leather. It'll make a beautiful tongue. I can look at any animal and tell you what sort of tongue you'll title me. Don't believe me, do you? Go on, name any animal. Okay, whale. Never heard of a whale. That's your question? Never heard of a whale. Okay. That's the tongue sorted, but what it needs without something to animate, it's just a lump of leather flesh. What I need, mate, is my brother Paul really needs, is the power of speech. So this next part's gonna make it easier if I explain. If you've ever read The Little Mermaid. Have you ever read The Little Mermaid? I've read The Little Mermaid. I'm not hunting a little mermaid for you. Don't you need to hunt a mermaid, mate? What you might not know is that the fairy tale about a little mermaid who gives up her voice is based on a real-life story of a gator man merman, who traded his voice for a bucket of ham. That's what gave Hans Christian Gatorman the idea. I tracked that voice down to a fishing hole in the gator village I told you about. I must have it. Anything for my brother. Family's anything, mate. Better get going. Okay, to that fishing hole, I guess. Oh, wait, no. Fishing hole, fishing hole. Fish! Voice of a gator man. Huh. That was easier than I thought. Oh, hi, fellas, picking up a bunch of corn? Rats. Ew. Come on, now that you're here, a whole nother recipe comes to mind. Bamboozle them. My blood, that actually sounds like a pretty good idea, but my blood would make a really good whiskey. You do? Sure, I've been drinking garlic oil every day to keep my arteries nice and smooth. That'll really add richy flavor profile to it. High class. Plus, there's all the holy water I've been shooting up. I'm not even gonna ask. Please leave without breathing on us. Oh! Oh no, the Gatorman detective. You thought he was only a myth. You're a Gatorman detective, I presume. Presumption accurate. Accusing hunters, crimes grievous, butchering Gatormen, while killing mailmen. What case? The spoiling land. Speak you, be accomplice, or ally Gator. I didn't kill the Gatorman mailman. Words careful, choice deliberate. Bird. Believe you. Found culprits. Cage them. Huh, so what will you do with these men? Mailmen dead. Suspect hunters. Have trial. Find guilty? Consume them. You're going to eat them. Drink them. Oh. Could you let them go, maybe? I am unaccepting. Do justice. Liquefy them. I probably should not. Prison break. Inspector Legrand tends to absolutely scream, increasing all of his stats by 3 and decreasing your party's stats by the same amount. Oh, no. Only 6 Moxie. Poison. Poison. I feel kind of bad about this. He's the coolest gator we've seen thus far. Okay, so now he's going to die. He's just gonna lie on the ground, his ears bleeding as I serenade his funeral song. Or I can just shoot him. Let's see if the great detective can solve that murder. Detectives use these to investigate tiny crimes. I mean, he definitely knows who killed them. What happened here? Got snatched, didn't I? It's funny, I'm calmer than I thought I'd be. That mailman slaughter's been hanging on my conscience since, and I think I've been expecting the claw of Johnny Law before too long. But Paul, he wasn't wrapped up in this. It's not fair that he should go down for it too. Give Paul the voice of a gator man. Paul and John's eyes wide with anticipation as he popped the lid off the grimy jar. A wisp of breath escapes from the glass, and he wends his way through the bars into the there's a cage, passing in midair, then darting up Paul's nostrils. The new breath has invigorated Paul's muscles as well. Plump and biceps pierce apart the bars of the cage. John cuts short his rejoicing when Paul crouches over the body of the gator man and greets him morning. His first noise with a new tongue. Sorry about that. Enough! Enough obscene murder in asymmetric service to animalistic desire. Brother, you practice a violence that is worse than base. It is vicious, it is corrupt, it is wrong. I call an end to all aggression. I call it now. All at stake is the project of life itself. Paul, what are you saying? Then Paul utters his 3 words, so painfully profound, they reduce his brother to contrite tears. It's not too important. Come on, tell me. Don't worry about it. Look, everyone's moving on already. John falls to his knees and weeps, mourning in anguish when he sees his reflection in the sodden water. Paul, the hunting, the killing, all of it. I didn't bring back your voice. In finding me a tongue, you gave away your heart. No longer can I recognize our blood in the ocean of you that you have spilled. I call you brother no more. Oh, this doesn't seem like a conversation I need to be here for. Leave this place, man. This can't be goodbye, brother. I wish it. I don't wish it. Know that if you do, I see you again, it will be for the last time. I'll use the last of my life to build a ladder to heaven of my own, so that I may protect the dinosaurs from men like you. Good stuff, everyone. Wow, that's a tragedy. Hello, Paul. It seems our paths are fated to cross. So, what will you do now? I build a ladder to heaven, which as we speak grows rung by rung. Then what will then be done? I expect not... When will that be done? I expect not for several weeks. How did you become mute in the first place? It'd be true to say that mute became me, but essentially I lost my tongue in a game of poker. That's awful. Strip poker. How... I'll see you around then. I might have made things worse by killing the detective. Okay, let's bring the chest here. Uh-oh. Hello. Please go away. Please go away. Ouch. We are poisoned. For what little that means. Zapped! Nice. Okay. Here you go, kid. Did you meet the fly man? Did you get his, Yeah, I got it. Oh, thank you! I'm gonna put it in this little silver locket and treasure it forever. What's he like? Was his experiment a success? I've gotta go. The kid takes your sash, pins another badge to it, and hands it back to you. Thanks. Okay, all I need now is the honey ape. Mysticality and Moxie. I need. Where's the jewel turban? Oh no. I need Mysticality and Moxie. Bacon stone bracelet. Muscality. And I mean a muscle. Sleeves. Hot armor. Cold armor. Muscle. Moxie. Muscle. Muscle. I need some mysticality and muscle. Okay, if I go back to the bar, I think. Go back to Ocean City. What's up, boss? Hey, Fancy Dan. I'd like to order a drink. Muscle and Moxie. Mysticality and Moxie. Okay. Hold on a second, actually. I just need to put on some Ciabatta's pants. And we'll get some whiskey. With cola. Sounds great. Bottoms up. Cocktailed. Okay, I freaked out for a second, but that ominous humming is just me. Just my boots. My vampire boots. Alright, back to the Big Moist. And if I head over to... where was it? Rack, Bloodhenge, Moss Rock, Barbara's, Radio, Largemouth, Will's Treehouse, Grotto, Moonshiner's Red. Collect that juice. I straight up forgot what I was doing. Alright, I'm just wandering around. Okay. How many thumbs does this thing have? 1 hand. 4. Sneak up on it. You creep up on the unsuspecting primate, but you run out of trees and bush to hide behind before you get close enough. Outsmart it. You pick up a rock and chuck it into the underbush on the other side of the clearing. The honey ape stiffens at the noise and starts scanning for predators in that direction. Grab it! You leap on the small primate and wrestle it to the ground, screeching loudly. I mean, the primate is no, let's be fair. You both are. Once you get it pinned, you grab it by the wrist and yank off one of its long, untrimmed fingernails, which, thinking about it, is making me wince. And I've written some pretty horrible stuff in this game alone. Oh yeah, we're not going to bring up the, fly maggot squishing dialogue that I did a little bit earlier. With that horrible deed accomplished, you let the creature loose and it runs screaming into the swamp. Congratulations on successfully stalking, outsmarting, and assaulting a small weird ape. Thank you. To the shack. Yay. Hello. Alright. Turns out you're right. Honey ape is totally a real thing. Oh my gosh, really? I knew it. Here's your tracing bat and that fingernail you wanted. Wow. Something wrong? I guess I'm torn between excitement, vindication, and the fact that this is a much grislier object than I realized it was going to be. Don't worry about it. The honey ape will be fine. It had 9 more. I guess that's true. Anyways, thanks for your help. Here's another Monster Squad badge. Yay! I think I completed everything then. Boris looks at your sash and nods approvingly. You can now pet Boris to receive a boon. Spooky armor! Hooray! I'm done with traps for now. I'm working on inventing the electric razor. Are you even old enough to shave? No, that just means I've got plenty of time. Good luck. Girl is gazing into the terrarium dreamingly. Do you think it's okay for a woman and a giant fly to get married? Well, first of all, you ain't a woman. Yet. Hey there! Enjoying that feather? Yeah, it's real neat. Still working up the courage to go visit her myself, though. What's a triangle mean? It's the Great Pyramids. One of them, anyway. Ever seen them? Only on your hat, not personally. Maybe you will someday. Who knows? How's your smell of the wisp research going? Well, every time I try to smell the sample, my eyes water so bad I can't see any of my instruments. And one of my probes melted. It's really exciting! Can you use your equipment? Sure, just don't disturb any of the smells. Okay. Enjoy that fingernail? Oh, it's not about the fingernail itself. It's more about the good feelings that come from knowing that you were right all along and everyone who doubted you was a fool. I see. Enjoying that? Oh, yes, very much so. What, this kid? How's that mustache working out for you, kid? Love it. It's really swell. Well, once it grows in more, you'll have to get your dad to teach you how to mow it properly. Alright, what else do I have on me? Find the vampires. Find radios. Smart rat wants cheese. Will Hunter and the Big Noise asked you to bring back 30 dirty fences. Oh yeah, and I have a royal summons, which I'm supposed to deliver to Sit Campus. So if I go to the shop here. Yay, robot fuel. I need to find another fence somewhere. Can I interest you in some quality merchandise? Let's see who's selling. Gymnast shoes. Cartwheel everywhere you go. His Majesty's least favorite love poems. This is the last book in the series. Oh. Somebody published a multi-volume set of every poem George V ever read, in descending order of how much he liked them. You cannot imagine a less interesting book. Remove titanium staples, if such a thing exists. Well, you never know when that might come in handy. The Hobo King requests your presence. Come again? There's a hobo camp that's just outside of Ocean City, and the guy in charge heard you're rich in beds. He asked me to give you the official summons. Oh hey, that sounds like a good deal. Can't use more than 1 or 2 of these myself anyway. I'll head on out there, thanks. Alright, bye dude. A fence! Aha, the final picket fence you need to paint the end of Will Hunter's curse. Swell work! That's once, twice, 3 times picket fence painted to turn a tree boy back into a real one. Will should be pleased. Let's head on back to the moist. The moist. Well, I've done it. I fixed your problem. Uh-oh. Hello. Do you mind getting out of my way? Well, that's funny. Earlier there wasn't an old bushy bearded man in the treehouse, and now there is. Not the ha-ha funny, but perhaps a ha-ha har-har. Why, mister, it's me, Will Hunter. It worked! You lifted the curse with nothing more than some paint and a brush. You alright? Alright, look at me! I can wag on my toes and rag on my nose! I got bones in my hips and my blood in my lips! I'm a boy again! I got... the old flashback, mister! Tain't never been better! That's great, Will. One thing I still got tree sap coming out when I sneeze, but that's a different curse. I'm guessing that's just I'm guessing that'll wear off in a bit. Why are you old? Old? Will Hunter old? Tell you what, mister, you're only as old as you feel. How old do you feel? Early 70s? Will pats his gaunt stomach. Suppose I've packed on the years. It kept growing on while I was up in that tree. Some ways I was probably better off staying in the tree, because then I would have lived to just about forever. But nah, I gotta be human. How else do I do my mischief? What mischief? Various mischiefs. Huh. Well, what do you do now? Been a while, but I seem to remember that on the day that I was supposed to whitewash that fence and instead went trout fishing, I was also due down at the Crow House to help a man wrongly accused of murder. How long ago was this? July. What year? I'd say 1876. It's 1928. Yikes. Reckon I shouldn't stop for breakfast then. Let's hope no trout distract you on the way. You heard about some? No. Hold on now. You got me out of the tree. Will Hunter won't let them go unrewarded. I suppose I can accept. Suppose you can. I want you to have this. 'Tis my greatest treasure. The shiniest thing Will Hunter got. Sure enough, crystal. A not so shiny marble. This big old marble, you'd be the envy of every 19th century boy. Although, even with an undiscerning boy, would probably hold out for something a little shinier than this. Thanks again for painting the fences. Gee, thanks, Will. Pleasure. Real good marble, too. You can play with it, keep it in your pocket, or put it in your mouth and talk worse. Oh yeah, can I use your telescope? You see nothing out of the ordinary. Rivers run around the trunks of trees, crawdads and crawmounds make love upon the rocks, and a duck is impaled on the beak of a heron. Here in the swamp, it's a day like any other, and the cycle of life turns on and on. Anything else you gotta say? Nope. Alright. Wow, look at all those shadow monsters. It does not matter what I do. They're all going to perish. Ah, cool. Adios. Yay! Go back to your Bahamas album, you stupid bats. Alright. Bus. I want to go to Sit Campus. I gotta see if I can find some radios. Beautiful. Paradox Lab. A wall. Nope. I've got squirrel cheese and gator cheese. But I consider it's a squirrel cheese. He wriggles his nose a bit, eventually decides to keep it. He hauls it into his hole and emerges with a saxophone ring. Yay. Get gator cheese. Rat sniffs the gator cheese and retches a bit. You don't even know what Rax had a gag reflex. He raises the eyebrow at you in protest, but eventually drags the cheese into his hole and emerges with a ring. Makes it dangerous to be near you in combat. Oh. Clem is a loser. I want the thunder ring. Alright, that's 6 radios. Hi, Rufus. Yay, fishman eggs. Pocket battery. Gold-plated cable. Just so. Rufus apparently discarded the cable after it was chewed on by a rat. Adds 1 maximum AP to a pair of pants. Ooh. Oh, here's the vampires again. I don't have enough mysticality to convince them that this steam is deadly. What is this? Access to the Hex Rock Quarry is prohibited except within written permission from the Geology Department or on a very good reason. Alright, let's go walk around a bit more. What is your sport called? Foot base! I don't know what their foot base is. Oh. Well, that's dangerous. Whee! Oh no. Well, zap zap. We'll be taking those. Empty stone mailbox. The fact that everything here is made out of stone. Real creepy. Don't think it's supposed to be like this. Really don't think it's supposed to be like this. No, the fences. No need to keep painting them. I have fulfilled the conditions which overturn Hunter's curse. There's nothing further to be gained from excess faith, except by a certain aesthetic standards, a more beautiful world. Having fulfilled... Sorry, I think I misread it for a second. Having fulfilled the conditions to overturn the Wool Hunter's curse, there is nothing further to be gained by painting fences, except by a certain aesthetic standards, a more beautiful world. Paint it! For the more beautiful world? Yeah, sure. It's no obvious impact on any curses anywhere, but a nice and clean fence is its own reward. I want to paint the fence. Guys, I'm painting the fence! You should join me, it's fun! Seven. There's a big brawl in there. Check the Hillboat house for a second. Oh, hello, guys. Be gone. Please, stop. Oh no! Oh. Okay, yeah, lightning strike can hit my friends. I don't want that to happen. Fire ice! There'll be no incomprehensible mayor set, maybe satire on your watch. Is there a radio here? seemingly no. Oh, wait. Nothing can be done with this busted radio. Feral vampires! Excuse me. Next to a trash can, you find a discarded houseplant that says, "Free to a good home." Must have been here for a while because the plant is obviously dead. Hey, I'm walking here. Back to your bag is clean and safe by the fine folks of the SIT Chemicals Department. SIT Chemical Department Dump Zone. This is hilarious to me. Alright, let's just go check on our friends in the hobo camp. Snap up the sap. Huh, there's an old gravestone here. Pepperidge Dolphin. What the heck? Pepperidge Dolphin died 150 years ago? The man in the boxcar was a hello again. Ah! Oh, did I start early? Dreadfully sorry. Pepperidge, you're alive! Yes, what was that in the question? The gravestone says, "Oh, no. This is my great-grandfather's. I was named after him. I decided to bring it with me as another souvenir in addition to my father's padlock collection." Ah, that makes sense. Okay, I guess. Ah, messenger friend, never caught your name. Ah, hello, it's Crapman. Thanks for pointing me here. Business is booming. Hey, Johnny, what can I do for you? So about those secret plans. You have been very helpful. Very well. The general outline of my plan is this. I intend to found an entire city of, and for, hobos. Too long we have chafed under the laws of economic pressures of this land. What we truly desire is to live life free, to go where we please and do what we will. I will establish a city where a hobo lifestyle is not only possible, but celebrated. Wow, where are you going to put it? Ah, well, for now, that must remain a secret. Am I helping found Hobopolis? Where are you from? Hoboken. Of course you are. Alright, 8 radios. Is there any... Hey, down that alley, there's an old newspaper vending machine next to the dumpster. Oh yeah, that's kind of out of the way. I bet it doesn't get many sales. I suspect someone threw it away? Well, no wonder if the sales are bad. Simone takes a couple of bobby pins out of her hair, bends in complicated shapes, and jiggles them open. Can't have been bad. There's a fair amount of meat in here still. Here, you can have half. Go to sleep. I'm just looking for radios, don't mind me. I'm guessing I'm not going to find much of a functioning radio in here. Fish, 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 fish. How I wish to catch a fish. Ooh, tentacle seeds. It was a writing desk, footrest, chandelier. Alright, I'm not finding anything here. Hello, you are intruding on territory of Glockens Inn. Don't know what a Glocken is. We Glockens, we both. We are toughest in street gangs in Ocean City. What do you think about that? I don't feel particularly threatened. That is totally incorrect. What? I like your xylophones. What? What? Xylophones? These are glockenspiels we have. Oh, Glockens. I get it now. I'm so outraged over you. I think we should do a mugging. Trick them. Alright then, give me your wallets. I thought it'd be vice versa. You give us your wallet. My wallet? Why would I give you my wallet when you're the one who were insulted? That would make a lot of sense. Very good. Here's my wallet. And here's my Glockenbrot. Glockenbrot. This is a small loaf of dark bread made by Glockenspiel-obsessed goblins. Let's hope their single-mindedness doesn't make them really terrible at baking. Great! Fine, good looking all around. You all shake hands, and the goblins stroll away happy, playing slightly jingly music on their glockenspiels. Dumbos. Okay, there's oh, I should close this. Hold on. Operator! Is there a radio here? I already used Breakfast's radio. Okay, never mind. I do not want to buy a Deringer. Thank you and good day. Fortune teller's tent. I do not want here. What is that? A giant maggot? Love it! I'm curious what's in this building here. Well, I'm not doing this. And you know what? I think I am going to wrap it up here for the day. We've done a lot of side questing, and I've got a full sash of badges on it. To those who tuned in, thank you very much for watching. But I will see you on Monday when we celebrate the Nightmare Before Christmas with horse girls.